Welcome into another episode of the Shoujo podcast where I, Sarah, introduce my friend Joe to Shoujo anime series. Today is our final coverage of the reverse of that, where Joe is showing me a series, his one reference point for Shoujo coming into this podcast, which is Revolutionary Girl Utena. We are wrapping up the last 3 episodes. We'll be doing our show rankings, and then we'll move on to the movie before starting a new series. But first, let's catch up. What's been going on with you, Joe?
I saw yesterday that they announced, as we know, I've been playing through all the Star Fox games.
Oh my god, I saw. Was it like a Star Fox Direct or something?
I guess so.
Joe, it's like you freaking psychic or something.
Yeah. Well,
they don't want you to stop playing Star Fox. You're trying to play all of them, so they'll just add more in the meantime.
Yeah, I was worried because it's like, oh, they're adding another. They have a new one coming out. Like there was the rumors or the leaks or whatever. There's like, they're going to make a new Star Fox game. And I'm like, oh no, I don't have a Switch 2. However, am I going to make sure I complete playing all the Star Fox games? But it turns out I don't have to worry about it because it's just another remake of Star Fox 64. Okay. Crisis averted.
Okay. Would you have gotten a Switch 2 to?
No.
No?
For Star Fox,
okay,
no.
We're not that dedicated. Okay.
No, let me tell you something. So far, the Star Fox games are not really panning out all that much. I don't really think the series is all that good, if I'm being totally honest with you.
Snap. There's just one good one, and then they rode off its coattails for the rest of the time?
Yeah, pretty much. 64 is good. 0's all right. Original's all right. 2 is like whatever. I don't like Adventure very much because it's the most Star Fox talking like a 90s cartoon or like a 2000s cartoon guy. And Assault, I didn't like playing Assault. And Command was weird. Have you seen the designs for the new Star Fox characters?
I feel like I scrolled through it in a feed. I did not super what is sexy Fox off the charts. Do you think now that's
I'm sorry. Do you think this is sexy?
No, I didn't see. I'm just assuming it has something to do with the female character. Maybe.
No. Okay.
I have no idea. Yeah. I've only seen the guy Fox. Is his name just Star Fox?
I need to show you what they look like. It's important.
Okay.
So the first thing is I like, I saw everyone's reaction to it. And I'm like, oh, okay. People are I'm gonna send you this picture of what he looks like. I can't believe you haven't seen this. This is so good. This is all of them on the box art. Let me show you what they look like in the cockpits. So the first thing,
Falco is that one guy's name, right? He's another popular Smash Bro character.
Yes, he is in Smash Bros.
Okay, the Frog and Rabbit did not make the cut, I guess. Never seen those guys before.
Yeah, that's Peppy is the rabbit and Slippy is the toad. That's what Fox looks like. How do you think he looks? What's your reaction to this?
A lot of I don't Fox. Very serious. I don't know. Is it supposed to be like Smolder? Like, oh, look at me. Or something. Oh dear.
Let me compare to you what they look like in
Slippy is a little scary.
They're all a little scary.
Like Slippy is okay. It's too. Is it? Slippy is the one that is the most unsettling to me. Just because it's like, I guess, Uncanny Valley-esque.
Yeah.
Where it's like we're a little past the point of being cutesy, but we're not quite realistic enough. So it's kind of unnerving.
For comparison, this is what they looked like in Assault. Which one of these do you think looks better?
I think Slippy looks much better in the original format. Where does that? Oh wait, no, he is wearing a hat. But just tell me, Joe. Just tell me all your thoughts and feelings.
Oh, they look terrible. They look awful. I think they look horrible. I like somehow. Okay, so here's the problem: is that they have the direct, right? So like I watched everybody react to this online, and then I'm like, all right, I'm gonna watch this direct. Okay, so they start the direct, and they start it, and I get jump scared because they start it with a clip from the Mario Galaxy movie where Fox is in it, and I am like,
oh, okay.
I had to watch like a 2-minute clip from the movie, and I took so much damage from that clip that I had to stop the video and take a walk.
Is this just from the trailer? That movie's not out yet, is it?
That movie's out. Yeah.
Oh, the Galaxy one?
Yeah.
Oh, that's super.
Should I just make you watch this clip and you can live react to this clip?
Sure. Okay.
Oh, okay. This is good. This is going to be a long episode.
I'm not going to have as perceptive a reaction as Joe does. God. I thought the original Super Mario movie was fine. My sister's like, it's really good. And I was like, it's okay.
It was pretty bad.
I don't like Chris Pratt as Mario.
My opinion was that it was not good. Because like as a movie, the fact that every 10 minutes it played a different like 80s song made me insane.
Okay.
All right.
I'm pulling it up. We're watching. Live reaction from Sarah here.
Go to 24. Go to 24 seconds.
Okay. 24 seconds.
Viewer, if you want to go to this, we're watching Star Fox Direct's 5.6.2026 from Nintendo of America YouTube channel.
Okay, here we go.
So go to 24 seconds.
Yep,
Ready?
I'm seeing it now.
I'm going to count down. Ready?
Oh, okay, shit.
Oh, you started playing it. You're not.
Okay, wait. Okay.
All right.
I'm ready.
All right. 3,
Countdown.
2, 1, go. I hate this. I actively can't deal. Do we like this? They do like a 2D thing here, which is nice.
I like the 2D thing. That's cool. I like the anime vibes.
Yeah. Fox needs to shut the hell up. I hate hearing him talk.
He is very chatty. It's feeling almost like maybe they're trying to go for like Rocket from Guardians of the Galaxy or something.
Yes, it feels extremely like they're just trying to emulate some Marvel movie bullshit.
Yeah, he will not stop talking.
He does have school space boots. That's pretty good. I hate hearing Peach talk. I hate hearing
Peach's
the voice actor for
her
Peach
eyes
talk.
Or something. It's bad.
I live in hell, I've decided, because right now I am an enjoyer. You know this. I'm an enjoyer of animation, right?
Yes.
Like I like animation. I like kids animation stuff, like kids movies, stuff like that. Like it's pretty good. Unfortunately, I am cursed to live in a time period where the like biggest, most popular things are Illumination, which is the studio that makes this, and they also make like the Minions and Sing and whatever's still kicking of Despicable Me. Movies I do not enjoy at all because they do all this like they have all of this tone and it's very irritating to me. And the other thing that's super popular is these god-awful Disney live-action remakes of stuff. And I can't help but look at these character designs in the new Star Fox and think that they're cashing in on like live-action Lion King, which did make them $1 bajillion and is also the worst thing I've ever seen of the one clip I've seen of live-action Lion King.
I've not watched it.
I hate this.
Not live action.
I don't.
Lion King.
No, because it's all just CG bullshit. But like, I don't understand what the appeal of this is. I genuinely don't get it. Like, maybe it's because I was just playing games for so long that the whole like, oh, increased fidelity, that makes games good. And then it became to the point where that didn't actually improve anything.
Yeah. This is like extra credits used to do these little clips on YouTube. And it, for some reason coming to mind is like, oh, they had a video talking about like video game music is so much better now, but why is it that the old games are the ones that stay with us? And it's like the simplicity of it is what worked and what stays with you. And it's just because it's bigger and more budget doesn't mean it's better, kind of. But I liked the animation, but yeah, he was yammering too much. And yeah, I guess it's very much like a forcing, or there's no room to breathe. There's no room for like the viewer to enjoy that reveal because
it's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, okay. Look, it's fine. This is a kid's movie. This is for kids. I'm not going to be here being like, how come this movie isn't for me? Like, it's cool. But also, I just don't like looking at it. I don't like looking at it.
I feel like everything coming out, it either works for older people or younger people. And it's just the people who can't discern from, like, my grandma. She's like, I can't tell what's AI or not. I'm like, oh, grandma. But it's like, I can't be bothered to try to show her, you know, it's like, it works for those groups, then I don't know. Ugh.
Yeah, it's whatever. It's fine. I just got jump scared by that. I had never actually seen any clips from the Mario Galaxy movie, and seeing that I took so much damage from it. Anyway, this is just basically
wild to have that be in the trailer for the game. Like,
well, I mean, this is clearly a game like created to get people to play Star Fox, because there hasn't been like a Star Fox game in a long time since like the Wii U. So like, if you're 10 and you just watched the Mario movie and you're like, I want to know what that guy's about, here's the game for you. That makes sense.
Yeah, but maybe if it was in like the cool ass 2D art style that they showed.
He looks terrible in this game. But whatever. I will say the one woman even
look like he looks like in the movie.
The one woman who is in also there's a part of this where you can be a VTuber with the Fox characters. You can like attach a camera to your Switch 2 and then you can move your face around and it'll emulate them in the goofiest thing ever. I think it's so funny. There is I need to find a clip. There's a clip where the one woman shows up in a tiny little box and she looks terrible. The way they made Cat look looks awful.
Welcome to what may be the longest episode of Shoujo will ever. Wow.
Like, Star Fox is already pretty misogynist.
Subject. Yeah.
Just in the fact that women don't exist in these games at all. But they make her look so bad. I don't know where she is. I was going to try to find it for you.
No. Well.
Anyway. Yeah.
Okay.
Otherwise.
So, all-consuming.
In other misogyny news, I am continuing to watch Gundam Seed, which continues to be terrible.
Okay.
And it's quite bad. I'm about 30 episodes in.
That's so many, and it's not getting better.
It's not getting better.
You're abandoning ship?
Did I what?
Are you gonna abandon ship?
I'm not gonna abandon ship. The thing is, like, I can still watch it. It's still like I can watch it, And like, I'm kind of like, what are they doing here? But man, it has the worst.
For example,
like what they're doing, like what I'm interested in what they're doing.
Yeah. Well, the misogyny.
Yeah, I mean, the misogyny just persisted in the show, where it's like they have all these women that are like, I'm here and I'm going to do things, but then they're all completely incompetent immediately and can't do anything. Yeah.
Okay, so it's mostly the show and not like a particular character or anything.
No, they make sure to make it clear to everybody that all of the women are useless, basically.
Cool.
They're kind of going out of it. There was a character who was like a cool child soldier, and then they like give her an episode where she like has a thing with one of the other leads, and it's like, oh, they're going to be a couple. And the way they express that is by making her get captured, and she screams like a girl so he doesn't kill her, because he's like, whoa, why is there a girl here? And then she almost drowns in a puddle.
Oh, not
I'm not joking. That happens. The child soldier, the one who's supposed to be competent, this is what they do. It's bad. But it gets a sequel. I don't know. This was popular. I gotta see it through.
There's not like fan service or anything that's making the reason it's popular. Okay,
yeah,
that's
of course there's fan service. Are you joking? Okay. Are you kidding me? There's like a fake Misato in this, and like, yeah, her boobs are bouncing around every time the ship takes on turbulence. Don't you worry.
Look, I'm over here. Like, fan service is real. Euphoria season 3, the Sydney Sweeney boob jiggling is out of control. It's alive and well in modern media for sure. Yep.
Cool.
Yes. Anything? Let's see. I think of what else. We have a new listener.
Anything positive?
Chatting in Discord, so that's fun.
Yeah,
that's
join the Discord, everybody. If you aren't doing that, you should do that. You can hear me complain about all sorts of things. Actually, don't do that much in the Discord.
Well, I shared a fun thing where, I guess shifting to what I've been up to, cricket is officially in Walkabout Mini Golf now, with our new course that dropped today. Essentially, there was a dog that looked like her, and I was like, hey, that looks like my dog. And so the lead designer was like, okay, cool. I'll just name it Cricket and put it in like the lore of the game. So that's fun. Yay. My dog's in a video game now. That's pretty rad.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, and then...
Did they make Cricket look photorealistic?
No, it's a very...
Thank God.
Yes. He'll be really nothing looked like that. Even though sometimes people are like, "Oh, I wish this looked more realistic." I'm like, "Get out of here!"
Do you really believe that? I understand how it might be kind of interesting, but like, do you want to look at that all the time?
Hey, cricket, be nice.
I would recommend to people developing some taste. I feel like I'm being really mean now. Sometimes stuff looks good if it looks photorealistic.
Joe's a savage today.
I don't think animation does. I think like pictures do, drawings. That's cool. CG stuff, only if you're trying to like integrate it into your live action thing, which is also something that you should just use a puppet for because puppets are awesome.
Yeah, puppets. Right on.
I found it.
Let's see.
Go to 10 minutes and 53 seconds.
I could tell you were.
I was scrolling through the video to find cat.
Okay, let me pull the video.
This is so not important, but I was seeing 10 minutes and 53 seconds.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah.
Wait,
did you find it?
Yeah. Yep. Is this supposed to be the same character in that photo you sent me?
No, that's Crystal. Okay. She's not going to be in this game because there could only be one woman in Star Fox.
Well, of course she doesn't get like full screen.
This is what her like little image looks like in the 3DS remake.
It does not. Okay, I was like, she not looking great in that flip.
That's the portrait she has in the 3DS one.
Okay, what the hell? Okay, now she's like way less distinct and interesting
she looks
looking.
Terrible in this, dude. She looks like she's
are they trying to be like, baldness. She's a girl, she can't be pink. They'll just make her not pink, but give her a bunch of pink blush or heavy
No,
under
I think they're like
shadow.
Cats don't look like this. She needs to look like a cat.
Oh, Bill.
So we have to make her look like a photorealistic cat.
Oh, I guess her name is Cat, huh?
Her name's Cat, yeah.
Oh, her forehead looks enormous.
It looks terrible. She looks so bad.
Yeah. It does not look good.
Ugh, I'm sorry to complain about it. If you like this style, I'm not like, it's totally fine. Everybody can have their own preferences. I don't want to like,
exactly. And
get on people
this is
too much.
Podcast, so Joe's gonna voice his strong preferences here.
I mean, we're about to talk about a show that has like fantastic animation and looks great. So
yep.
Compared to
sure
that,
are.
Anyway, what have you been up to? I feel like I just went on forever.
Freaking! I started playing Star Sand Island, which I feel like is decent. It's like, but I feel like I hate that it's ripping off like the name is like Stardew, and then Island, like Coral Island. So I feel like it's just straight ripping off multiple different games to put in the title to like appeal to people who like those games. But I'm like, I feel like it's decent enough that it would stand that you don't have to do that. Star Sand Island does not roll off the tongue. It's a bad name. I hate the name. So far, it's cute. It's kind of a game where it's like a not fully voiced games, but there's so much text. It's like too much UI in this game. Like there's too many menus. There's too many. It's just like a lot of, I feel like a heavy game. It's supposed to be cozy, but I feel like there's so much crap in it. So it's in early access. We'll see. But I'm like, at least my character looks cute. But then it's like, maybe it's just not running very well on my Steam Deck, but it has like fully, pre-generated like cutscenes that like feel really grainy and stuff compared to the rest of the game and stuff. Whatever. It's an early access. It's fine so far. Let's see. I've deleted one. I'm about to delete the other, but I think I'm going to go off dating apps and just, I'm only going to meet someone if I actually meet them, which is probably never because I don't leave my house, so I'm going to be alone forever. There's that segment.
I feel like that's it's progress, baby.
Yeah. I got an allergy test mere hours ago for the first time, where they first like poked my back, and then they're like, "Oh, we're not seeing the reaction we're expecting from the things that most people are all allergic to." So then they did like friggin' 5 shots into my arm, and so I feel like I'm not that allergic. Oh, yeah, this is interesting though. Okay, see, look, 0 allergies to horses, unless they just didn't get tested, but apparently I had a reaction to guinea pigs.
Dang.
6 out of 32. I don't know exactly what this means. So minimally allergic to guinea pigs, had those at one point. Cypress a little bit, 6 or 7 out of 42. See, and it's like different amounts. I don't know what allergy test means. Freaking a little bit of elm, cedar, some grass, freaking dust mites, cats, dogs. Good thing I have both of those things in my house.
Yeah, that's great.
God. Okay. And then my doctor was explaining to me the allergy shot, and I didn't realize how extensive that. It's like, I thought it'd be like once a month or something. I go in, get a shot, that's that. No, apparently I had to like for a few months go in at least twice a week. And like I had to go in and then I had to wait around for like 30 minutes to make sure whatever, blah, blah, blah. Twice a week for months. And then like, oh God, it seems like a lot of work. Apparently I had like for like over a year, I had to go in and get shots like once a week, basically, at least. What a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Ugh.
That does suck.
Yeah. I'm like, I'm not that allergic. It's more of like an annoying thing that happens sometimes. But I don't know. Yeah, we'll see. And then in a month, am going to New York for the first time. So that's exciting. My stepdad goes to New York for work a lot. And so I am gonna hold on. Hopper, no, what week? Gonna bum off, like, he's got like a nice hotel, gonna bum off that. So all I had to do is pay for my flight. And there's gonna be a fancy gala that I'm gonna get to go to with him. It's like for weddings and stuff.
Oh, okay.
So not a subject I am particularly interested in, and I've never been to a gala, but get a fancy dress, fancy night on the town in New York City sounds cool. And then the rest of the time I'll kind of just, I took time off from work, so I'll just be kind of on my own exploring the city. I'm excited for that. I feel like, I started watching the anime. It's like the 4 Agents of Seasons or something. What is this called? Let me pull it up. It's like currently coming out. It's like really pretty and feelings and where's my Agents of the 4 Seasons Dance of Spring is the anime, and there's like 6 episodes out. I watched them all. It's like gorgeous and lots of feelings, and maybe I cried a little bit, and hey, that's my shoe. Don't chew on that. And that's been good. And then The Boys is wrapping up, and Invincible's over, and Survivor's wrapping up, but don't worry, Love Island's coming soon. So soon enough, my segment of just talking about that will return.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what I got. That's what's going on
pretty
in
good.
Sarah's.
Trying to see what the show looks like.
It's really pretty.
I'm just seeing manga panels is the problem. I'm not seeing the actual show.
On Crunchyroll.
Okay. It looks cute though.
Mm-hmm.
Manga panels look good.
I like it.
Or the whatever this is. Was it a light novel? Maybe it's a light novel. These are the covers. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Sweet. Okay. And I also watched a little show called Revolutionary Girl Utena.
Yeah. To the end.
And
we did it.
Yeah.
Revolution's here.
Mm-hmm.
We have thoughts about it.
Yes. I feel like with your guidance, I will so well understand the show by the end of our coverage. I'm really excited about the movie now, because I'm assuming it's it's got to be a continuation of this, right? No, it's not, because they're not directly.
It is not a continuation of this.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah.
I had to watch this 3 times because these 3 episodes had commentary tracks for me on the Blu-rays that I have.
Oh, that's right. Mm-hmm.
So I have the episode summary, and then I have a summary of the commentary, which had Ikuhara Saito and the interviewer, who is somebody who is from the distributor, I think. I'll be talking about both those things at the end of episodes. How fun. More things to cover on this already going to be long episode.
Yeah, we're already 30 minutes in.
Yeah, so let's get into it. All right, episode 37 is called The One Who Revolutionizes No, the one to revolutionize the world. We open on Utena thinking about how she got her ring as she appears to remember her origin story now. We did it. And after remembering that, she takes off the ring. Later, she has breakfast with Anthy and Akio comments that she isn't wearing her ring, and she's like, Utena asks Akio if he wants to hang out later, but Anthy interrupts by like talking to Choo-Choo about something, and then Akio kind of jumps back to the conversation and agrees to go on the date and with Utena, and she leaves. We get a student council meeting with Toga and Saionji. They've gotten farewell letters from End of the World, and they speculate that Utena must have received a different letter from him. They wonder what's going to happen because Utena is the victor of the duels, but has no desire to revolutionize the world. And they're like, I don't really get what End of the World's plan is, because like, what's he gonna do now? And they wonder if Utena even knows who End of the World is at this point.
No, because she's freaking dummy.
Akio drives Utena around in the evening while Anthy tends to the roses in the garden. Later that night, Akio and Utena return home. Again, Akio asks why Utena isn't wearing her ring, and she says that she doesn't think it suits her anymore. Akio comments saying that he can give her a new ring, as Utena wonders if Anthy is already asleep. Akio comments that Utena is very girl-like today. They look at the stars, and Utena comments that Akio hasn't talked about the stars at all today, like he normally does, and Akio admits that he doesn't actually care about the stars.
Freaking poser.
He's just a poser. He's a liar. I discovered a comet. Yeah, okay, man. Utena returns, and Anthy greets her. What?
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
So sorry. I was just gonna say you're real hung up on the fact that it's like it's a planetarium. It's not actually.
You can't
like,
do that.
You can't. Yeah.
Utena returns and Anthy greets her. Utena asks if Anthy's mad at her, and Anthy feigns ignorance. She's like, "Oh, why would I be mad at you?" Utena wonders if Akio was just teasing her when he said that she was girl-like, and she's like, "What does that even mean?" And Anthy says that all girls are like the Rose Bride.
Yikes! Don't want to be that.
Anthy takes Utena's hand and asks if she's gotten a letter from End of the World, and then she tells Utena that if she goes to the castle, she can meet her prince. Elsewhere, Toga, Saionji, and Akio do a photo shoot. Toga and Saionji ask Akio what his plan is, since Utena has no motivation to revolutionize the world anymore now that she likes Akio. They're like, she already has her prince, and Akio comments that she still needs to make her choice, though. Later, Anthy tells Utena that Akio does seem to really like her. And Anthy says that she wishes that things could stay like this forever. Upon hearing this, Utena tears up the End of the World's letter. Very dramatically. It's the next day, and Mickey and Juri catch Utena leaving from basketball practice, and they play badminton together. They tell Utena that they got a letter from End of the World that said that Utena will be able to revolutionize the world, and they wonder what she's gonna do. Utena tells them that up to this point, she's just been playing at being a prince, and Juri comments that even still, there's nobody that could beat her, even if she was just pretending. Juri comments that at the end of the day, she only ever thought about herself, and even now, she wonders how things will go for her. Juri wonders aloud why she can't let her feelings for Shiori go free, and then she asks Utena what she's going to do with Anthy, and Utena's like, well, I don't really feel the same way about Anthy the way you feel about Shiori, but she's also not sure what she's going to do about Anthy. They're interrupted by Nanami, who shows up and tells Utena that she's being tricked, obviously. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, come on. I'm glad we got one last bit with her.
Also, we learned that Nanami has quit the student council. Anyway, she tells Utena to stay away from Akio and Anthy, and Utena's like, yeah, sure, man. But Nanami doubles down and tells her that she's serious, like this is real stuff happening. And Utena comments that Nanami is looking out for her, and Nanami gets embarrassed because they're both type B, blood type B, just like me. I'm also blood type B.
Again, where I still should know what my...
They didn't say it on your allergy test? I guess they don't draw blood. Do they draw blood? No, they probably don't.
Oh, maybe I can find that somewhere.
Wow.
Medical records. I should know that. Anyways, continue.
Mickey tells Utena that he's been thinking about her a lot lately, and Utena's like, I thought you liked Anthy, and Mickey says he's allowed to change his mind. Juri asks Utena if she can have a picture of her to put in her locket, and they all laugh, and Nanami is like, you guys are idiots. This is cute. They get a little send-off.
The ones that like each other.
Yeah. The ones that are actually friends. We get the Kashira Shadow Troupe. They talk about how they need to break up because one of them wants to try to be a real actress. She's like, if I do that, then I'll be in movies and then I can get caught up in like romantic scandals and stuff. And they wonder if they just want to try it out to get a taste of what that life is like. And then it ends with one of them trying to bribe a talent scout right out the bat. So they're like, oh, you're starting with the scandal, huh? We cut to Akio driving down the highway with Anthy. Anthy appears to be writhing in pain or something like that. He asks her if it hurts, and he says he's not the one causing it. It's the world. And then we get a cut where she's being impaled by tons of swords that kind of look like spears, but I think they're swords. We cut to later where the girls are drinking tea. Utena asks Anthy what she plans to do after graduation, and Anthy says that she just wants to take care of the roses. Anthy asks Utena if she's heard of cantarella. That's a type of poison that they used to use in like medieval Italy. Then she asks Utena if she likes the cookies that she made herself. Utena pauses for a second and then continues to eat them and tells Anthy that she poisoned her tea. Anthy's like, oh yeah, and then she continues to drink it.
Just fun jabs between girlfriends.
Yeah. Anybody else feeling a little doomed right now? Anthy asks Utena where she'll be in 10 years, and Utena says she hopes that they can still drink tea together. While this conversation happens, the screen pans right to left and resets constantly. The two girls say they'll have tea together in 10 years. We cut to a pan down a city skyline, and we see that Anthy is standing on top of a ledge on the roof of the tower, like she's about to jump off. Utena asks if she's running away, and Anthy apologizes and tries to fall, but Utena catches her. Utena tells her that they have a date in 10 years, but all Anthy can do is apologize. We cut to Utena at the dueling arena. She runs into Toga and Saionji, who ask her why she's going. They speculate that she's there to meet her prince, but she's like, that's not why I'm going. So they're like, oh, okay, you're going to help Anthy. And Toga comments that believing in true friendship is foolish. And Utena says that she is a fool and walks off. As she's doing this, Anthy is quoting the letter of End of the World that Utena has ripped up that says if she goes to the dueling arena, the path to the castle will open and she can revolutionize the world. And if she does that, she can meet her prince again. Utena walks up to Anthy, and Anthy shows Utena the letter from End of the World. She is taped back together and says it's not too late to turn back. But Utena shows her that she's wearing the rose seal ring again. Anthy stares blankly at this and lets the letter fly away in the wind as we cut to credits.
Oh, man.
So she did it. She won all the duels. That was it.
Yes. Yep. Every time, I feel like whenever Anthy has her hair down, it's like a different, there's such an unimportant note. Her hair color is always like darker. It's never, I don't know, I guess because it's always at nighttime, but it's like the lighting, but I'm like, her hair is always so, it's like a dark brown versus the like pretty vivid purple it is when it's up.
Yeah, it does kind of seem to change a little bit. But yeah, lots of stuff happens this episode.
Yeah. Tell us all about it, Joe.
I just did.
Friggin' okay. Friggin' Utena and Anthy. They don't specifically talk about what happened in the last episode, but
nope.
Clearly Utena is thrown off by it. Even though Anthy to her face is acting kind of like normal, but then freaking badminton where let's all talk about our stuff and then have the people we're talking about all freaking watching us play. Mickey's sister.
Yep.
Freaking Shiori, Anthy. Oh my god. Is there no choo-choo in these episodes?
Not really. There is at the very beginning when like
realized, okay.
Utena's about to ask Akio out, and then Anthy talks to Choo-Choo being like, oh, I'm eating your toast or whatever.
Okay. Why is Choo-Choo solely exists for comedy bits?
Yeah, he's the mascot.
I get like we don't need there doesn't have to be a mascot. Whatever. Okay, and then Utena gets the letter. She's taking the ring off because she's like disillusioned or whatever. Because she was doing it for her prince, but then she wasn't because she found Akio, but then Akio's freaking boning his sister, which is kind of probably raining on her parade of being into him. And
yeah, I mean, she does ask him out.
God. Yeah. It was like a ploy to get him away from Anthy.
It does feel like
Anthy
that.
A break. Yeah.
He admits that he does not like the stars, which is very funny to me because he's such a liar. And then she's like, I wonder if Anthy's asleep. She's like, hopefully she's asleep and nothing else can happen for today.
Sorry. Yeah, I'm parched from all this crazy drama.
Yep.
Okay. And then at first I was a little confused by the like, when does the rooftop thing happen?
Yeah,
that
so
night?
I guess so.
Okay. Because it's like kind of cut in.
Yep. It's pretty abrupt.
Cut back to it. Yeah.
How do you feel about this?
Poor Anthy.
Mm-hmm. We get more of it next episode, so I guess we can talk about it.
Yeah. We can get into
that. Does happen.
Mm-hmm.
But she's going to the duel. She's going to go confront things.
Yes. Well, I guess it's like Anthy. Well, I guess did Anthy do this as like a way to manipulate her into? She like tore up the letter because she wasn't going to do it. So is it technically Anthy like just going to like maybe in both ways?
The letter is a little weird to me because like it suggests like the letter. It seems like accepting the letter means she's going to go to the arena, but then they act like her ripping it up is her saying that she's saying she's not going to go there. But then Anthy almost kills herself for reasons we don't get into next episode, and then she decides to go. But then Anthy like tapes it back together and says there's still time to go back, which kind of suggests that the accepting the letter is not going to the arena. I just get a little confused about that.
Yeah, it's not that this is a super straightforward show.
Yeah, it's a little weird. I mean, like the point is that like she has the opportunity to just kind of opt out of the last thing and just be with Akio because it seems like he would agree to be with her because Anthy's like, it seems like he really likes you and just stay the way things are. Because even Anthy is like, I wish things would stay how they are. Wish we could do this forever.
Freaking Utena just, you can't say, okay. It's like no way Utena can just sit with it after what she saw in the last episode.
Yeah, the letter must be like staying the same. That must be what it be. Because she immediately rips it up after Anthy says that.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
and I guess Anthy isn't quoting it at the end. I don't know. Just a little confusing to me. But yeah. Anyway, this episode had commentary. If you're done talking about stuff.
Yep. Let's hear it.
So this commentary, I mean,
Context.
like it doesn't really have anything to do with the episode. They're just talking about the origin of the project. And a lot of this is stuff that we covered in our manga talk episode. So you can go ahead and listen to that if you want to hear some stuff here. On the interview is Ikuhara, who's the director, and Saito, who is the character designer. And she also made the manga. They talk, like, I'm just going to kind of summarize some of the stuff they talk about. So they talk about how the ideal to revolutionize the world, like, didn't really mean anything necessarily. It kind of was just like a matching their ambition for what the show was going to be. And that's why like it's such a grandiose statement. They also originally meant the show to appeal to elementary school children, which is very funny considering where it landed.
Yeah, I'm 32 and I can't understand this stuff.
Yeah, I feel like you would have liked to listen to these commentaries because the whole time, like, they keep, like, the interviewer keeps asking them, like, oh, like, what was the inspiration for this? What's this stuff? And every time Saito's like, yeah, I don't know. I was kind of left out. I didn't really understand the symbolism of any of this stuff either.
Look, no one understands. No one involved. No one consuming it. It's just all up in the air.
Yeah. Saito basically says that she wasn't involved with the main directions of the show, and this seems to surprise Ikuhara in the interview. I mean, this is happening years later. I think this is like an interview that happened for like the DVD release, which probably would have been like 5-10 years later. But it's fine. Everybody thinks it turned out good in the end. Saito comments that she had like 5 editor changes over the course of the Utena manga, which is crazy because it's not that long.
No, that is wild. Is it? I wonder if it's like no one could understand, so everyone was fighting it, but it's like, just go with it. Just go with it, guys.
I don't know. I don't know how like editor selection works, but yeah, that's a lot of editor changes in a relatively short period of time. They have a very funny exchange where Saito's like, I had to ask Ikuhara why Akio gets on the hood of the car when they do the driving off thing. And Ikuhara's like, it demonstrates that he's an adult. And she's like, what does that mean? And he's like, well, I used to look at magazines of people posing on cars. And I'm like, that's cool. That's why he does that, if you're wondering.
This is just like dudes. Akio and them, it's just like dudes.
It's like photo shoots. And I'm like, yeah, I guess it is.
Over others.
Saito asked some very funny questions. She asked in the Black Rose saga where there's that like one episode in the flashback where there's all those fingers pointing at the screen. She's like, people kept asking me what that was about and I didn't know what to tell them. And Ikuhara's like, he's like, well, nobody had kind of done that thing before, is what he said at the time when she asked him. And now in the interview, he's like, it lets the viewers know that a new person has enters the scene, which retrospectively, I don't think is true.
No. It'd be a nightmare having to go to anything and do like Q&As for this show.
Yeah, it's very funny.
Oh, God.
Saito says that she didn't know what this symbolism meant ever. I did learn that Ikuhara lived in LA for a while and bought a red sports car.
Sorry, who is this guy again? What is
Ikuhara, this is the director.
Okay. It's just like this is some weird him stuff going on.
They're just like talking to each other.
Well, it's like, okay. I'm like, how much does Ikuhara or we've speculated about like what is the role of the director within the anime, like, and their influence over like the content of it? Because it feels like maybe he has a lot of influence over it.
Yeah. I think so. I mean, he talks about like they talk later in the commentary about like how some stuff is like the storyboard designer like made a bunch of different stuff. Because like later on they talk about how like, oh, the whole like academy seems to be like very like European, but then they also are like, you know, there's just some random Japanese stuff. Like the side table is very Japanese. The teapot they're serving out of is very Japanese. And Ikuhara is like, oh, that must have been the storyboard director just doing, or the storyboard artist just kind of doing whatever.
Gotcha.
No, it seems like different people have authority over different parts of it. But yeah, this first one was very funny because it's just Saito asking Ikuhara what stuff meant. She's like, I didn't understand a lot of what was going on with the Kashira Shadow Troop. And Ikuhara's like, oh, they're like a condensed version of the episode. But then she's like, but sometimes they're not. And he's like, yeah, sometimes they aren't. But apparently everybody on the show wanted to animate the Kashira Shadow Troop, which I totally understand. He's like, they kept showing, everybody wanted to animate those. Everybody loved animating them. At one point, the interviewer comments that the series Utena is very popular with gay viewers. And Saito's like, well, technically there aren't any gay couples though, but a lot of stuff I guess is implied. And Ikuhara is like, Utena is one of a kind, which people like. And also Ikuhara is like, had to keep adding gay stuff in without telling Saito because she didn't think it would be enjoyable for girls at the time. And at the very beginning, like, she just didn't think it would be good for girls, and the entire project almost got scrapped.
Jeez.
And Ikuhara got so stressed about the project, he went to the hospital.
My God.
Yeah.
Yeah, this freaking turbulent production.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Yeah, this is fun.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you watched it a bajillion times so that we could get all those fun little tidbits.
Yeah, that's right.
Hey, don't.
All right. Let's talk about the next episode because we got to get moving. Episode 38 is called End of the World. We open on Absolute Destiny Apocalypse. At the end of the sequence, Utena and Anthy hold hands. They make it to the dueling arena, and we see Dios on the big orb he's on when we see Dios. And we see at the top that there's like a big staircase leading up to the orb, and at the top of it is Akio, and he descends in the prince outfit. Utena's like, so you really were End of the World after all, huh? And Akio says that he is also her prince from the past. Utena asks him what he's after. She's like, why are you doing all of this? Instead of answering, Akio says he's been dreaming of the castle where the prince and princess live happily ever after, and he wants Utena to be his princess. As he says this, Anthy's eyes go white and she falls, disappearing out of her dress. And Utena is like, whoa, but Akio points out that Anthy is fine. She's just in her like red, like beggar outfit or like surf outfit
from when she was
on the stairs.
A kid in the
Yes.
Yeah.
Akio takes Utena's hand and tells her that the ring led her back to him and that he was right about her. He draws out Utena's sword, and as he does, her prince outfit turns into a pink version of the Rose Bride dress. Akio says that Utena is fit to be his bride with her sword, but a sword is unsuitable for a princess, so he's going to use her sword to protect her. Great. Utena asks, then what about Anthy? Or like, and then what? Well, she's like, what do we do then? And then he says, they'll be happy together for all eternity. He leans in for a kiss, but Utena turns towards Anthy and asks what'll happen to her, and Akio says that she'll remain the Rose Bride forever. We cut back to last episode where Anthy is trying to fall from the tower and Utena has grabbed her. Anthy is making no effort to save herself as Utena forces her back onto the roof. On the roof, Anthy describes herself as a heartless doll and believed that no matter what happened to her body, she wouldn't be able to feel anything. But after seeing the pain that she's caused Utena, it was too much for her and she was just trying to end it. Anthy admits to using Utena this entire time and was betraying her. Anthy, however, says that she never realized, Utena says, however, she never realized Anthy felt this way and that she wasn't paying attention to her, even though she was trying to act like a good friend and act like her prince. Utena admits that when she saw Anthy and Akio together at first, her first thought was that Anthy had betrayed her, even though Anthy was obviously the one suffering. Utena apologizes to Anthy for betraying her. They comfort each other, and Anthy tells her to leave the school while she can, but Utena tells her that she can't do that now.
This is really nice. This is nice.
Yes.
Look at them talking to each other, understanding each other.
This is the key scene.
Anthy's crying. Oh.
This is what makes the show work.
Yes.
Is that people understand what's going on here. Like, Utena understands all of the stuff I've been criticizing for her for up to this point.
Yeah. Yes. Acknowledgement.
Great. They comfort each other, and Anthy... No, I already read that. Back in the present, Utena grabs her sword from Akio and tells him that she's going to free Anthy from him. Akio is like, wow, I never thought you'd get this far. We're doing this, huh? And he tells her that she's lost her pure soul, that wish to be a prince. He says that she reminds him of himself from long ago, but she won't be able to save Anthy because princes are just illusions. Akio reveals the end of the world to Utena as the scene fades to dark, and we get a reveal that the dueling platform is actually just a planetarium the entire time. The projector was being used to create the illusion of the arena, but they were just in the Otori Tower. Akio explains
Crazy. Crazy revelation.
Yeah, do you like this? An explanation for something.
Yes. Weird. Weird shoujo. Anyway, continue.
Akio explains that he can project people's desires using the projector, but in reality, the chairman's room is the highest place in the academy. There is nothing above it. Utena says that she hates this room, and Akio tells her that she doesn't appreciate the true power that this room has, which is why she was aiming for even higher at the imaginary castle. But Utena clarifies that the reason she hates this room is because this is where he and Anthy were always, doing that stuff. And Akio's like, oh, are you angry about that? That's not that bad. Anyway, we did it together too, even when you knew I had a fiance, so you're kind of guilty too. Utena says that's unfair, and Akio calls her a hypocrite. Akio then recaps his initial meeting with Utena while she was in the coffin. He reminds her that he was the one that saved her from the coffin and helped her regain the strength she needed to carry on. But really, he says, he was just the same guy then as he is now. Actually, everything's all the same. Anthy is still the Rose Bride, and you, Utena, are still just a little girl playing pretend. Akio asks for Utena's sword, and she asks him what he's going to do with it, and he says that he's going to revolutionize the world. Utena gets enraged that he would rather do that than help Anthy. Akio says that princes aren't real in this world, and he says that the orb that he projects of Dios on it is actually the prince's grave. When Anthy became a witch, Dios disappeared from the world, and Akio is what remained. Utena's like, all right, we're going to have to fight then. And Akio asks if they're fighting for Anthy. He used to think he could help her too, but now he knows that she's just a witch, and that she actually enjoys it. She enjoys this. Anthy can no longer be happy anyway, he says, and he draws a sword from Anthy. We get to the student council.
God, so much happening.
There's a lot happening.
Goodness.
We cut to the student council. It's a full meeting with everyone in attendance. They all discuss the final duel and wonder how hard it's going to be, or how it's going to end. Will Utena win the duel called Revolution? We jump back to the duel. Despite numerous duels Utena has fought over the course of the series, she's still a pretty sloppy duelist. I gotta say. Fortunately, Akio is also not much of a duelist. He tells her that so far she's only played at dueling and is unaware about how scary a real duel can be. While fighting, Akio says that Utena is a child and cannot understand his ideals. The Rose Bride exists.
You're the one.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, let me get outraged here.
Yeah.
You're the one who freaking boned the child, dude. Like, what the hell?
You can't understand his ideals. The Rose Bride exists for reasons she can't understand, and she'll never understand the value of this room. The duel continues, and the projector starts to project things, like the grid of desks from the Black Rose Saga and the Otori cars. Utena says that this room exists just to torment Anthy, but Akio counters that she's the Rose Bride by choice. Utena says that she's going to free her from him by becoming a prince, and the projector freaks out and starts shooting strobes of light all around the room. The projection changes from the castle and the sky to falling like it did in that one episode with Saionji in it. Utena uses the distraction to start pushing Akio back. Anthy looks at this in shock as it seems like Utena might actually win this duel. Akio retreats back to Anthy and shoves her in front of him. Utena ushers her back behind her and faces Akio. Anthy grabs onto Utena and we see her stab Utena in the back with a sword. They both lower to the ground as we cut to credits.
Oh, Anthy!
Reveals! Big episode!
Yeah.
Boom! It's all here. Akio's end of the world, in case that wasn't obvious. And also, he is the prince from Utena's flashback. And he's the same as the prince at the time from the flashback, he says.
Okay. But he seemed nice at the time, but it was just manipulative or just like
Well,
how
he
did he
seems
find
nice
her in the
a
coffin?
lot of the time. he likes to play pretend.
But okay. But if he is not a prince, but she was a princess in need of a prince, how did he find her? What? No, what? Okay, whatever. There's whatever. Okay, and then there's no giant ass tower in the back. She just lives at the same place as she's doing the duels.
Yep, just been walking in a circle.
Okay.
It's all a projector. There's nothing higher than the chairman's room. When you revolutionize the world, you think you're going to achieve some amount of eternity, but really the best you can do is be at the top of the existing social structure.
Okay, and then we just have a fancy magic crazy projector thingy.
Yeah.
Mind controlling people or whatever the hell is going on. Inexplicable.
Yep.
Okay. And then so do we have the reason why the Anthy is seemingly in more pain? Is it just that she's having a harder time hiding the pain she's suffering? It's the same pain she's always had and she's just managed to subdue or hide it, but
yeah.
Or because we're getting to the final duel, it's getting out of control or
yeah, well, they kind of talk about it on the roof, right? Where she's like, I was just kind of always thinking of myself as a hollow person and I could just kind of take whatever.
Yeah.
But the thing that really got to her is the fact that she was hurting Utena, who she really cares for.
Well, and she only thought she was hurting her once Utena learned that she was also with Akio.
Yeah, well, I think that's kind of because these last several episodes in this arc are all about when they go to sleep, Utena keeps being like, oh, you should tell me stuff. I want us to be good friends, that kind of thing. They've been kind of deepening their relationship more, especially in this last arc. And so I think that's kind of where.
Okay.
Yeah. What do we think about the reveal that we're just projecting everybody's desires, but really we're just manipulating them so that Akio can stay at the top of the ladder?
Well, I guess that's why. Okay, because I'm thinking of the Mickey with the call with his dad, and then it was Anthy, but I guess was that just trying to think of, oh my god, my brain. I'm a very literal person, so I'm not compatible with this show's logic. You
want to just talk about the next episode? I'll talk about the commentary part later. But we can just talk about the next episode.
Okay.
All right, I'm just going to talk about episode 39, and then I'll cover the rest of the commentary after that, and then we'll talk about the whole thing.
The last episode.
The last episode is called And Someday Together We'll Shine. We open immediately on the scene from last episode of Anthy stabbing Utena. Utena falls and asks Anthy why, and Anthy tells Utena that she reminds her of Dios when she loved him, but Utena could never be her prince because she's a girl. Anthy throws the sword away and takes Utena's sword from her hand, and Akio tells Utena that this wasn't a game. We cut back to the student council. Saionji's about to take his ring off, but Toga says that until it's over, Utena is representing all the duelists. And Nanami's like, I already took mine off way a long time ago. I just want to forget all this is happening. Juri tells a story about her older sister. One time, her older sister fell in a river and a boy tried to save her. Luckily, an adult that was nearby was able to save her sister, but the boy was washed away. Eventually, her sister forgot the boy's name, and Juri thought that was really heartless. But now Juri can't remember his name either.
Okay, now that I have finished this episode, this story means more to me. Oh, God.
Everyone looks forlorn as Nanami's like, why did you just tell us that story? We cut back to Utena laying on the floor. Akio asks Anthy for the sword, but she hesitates. He asks if she has regrets for betraying a friend and says that it's all his fault, and he cries. He asks if she hates him and says that if he could go back to being a prince, then there would be no need for suffering. Anthy tells him that knowing everything of the world, this is the path that he chose. She wipes away his tears and hands him Utena's sword. He takes it and walks it to the edge of the dueling arena, and he hops over the side onto a pathway that leads to a stone rose statue atop a stone door. This is very similar to the platform where Anthy was being stabbed in the flashback, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
He takes a few steps and then hears something. He calls to Anthy and she starts to approach him when she's stopped by Utena, who grabs onto the hem of her dress. Anthy thanks her for letting her have a small taste of friendship and says goodbye, and we see that Anthy has disappeared out of the dress. From below the void of the dueling arena, millions of swords drowning with human hatred rush up to Akio. who says the prince's sword draws them in because it's the manifestation of everybody mad at him.
Okay, but it's the prince's sword, but Utena can't be a prince because she's a girl, Anthy.
Yep. They pass under him and arrange themselves in a circle in the sky. In the middle of the circle, we see a nude Anthy moments before she is continuously impaled with swords. This is going to keep happening throughout this entire scene.
Yeah.
Utena watched this while still writhing on the ground and calls out to her. Akio says that the Rose Bride takes the place of the prince as she desires. Akio approaches the door and begins to strike it with Utena's sword. Since her sword is constructed from her heart, this hurts Utena as he does this. And she tries to get up but can't, and she asks for somebody to help Anthy. On a nearby carousel, the image of Prince Dios tells Utena that she is kind-hearted, and that beyond the door lies eternity, the power to make anything possible. It's too bad that it's too much for her. She's just a girl. There's no way she could handle the power of eternity. Kind of a bummer because she could totally use that to free Anthy with that power. But now Akio gets to decide how it's used because he's a man. The image of Dios approaches Utena, who is back in the Rose Bride dress, and kisses her ring as that is all he can do. The scene abruptly changes, and Utena, who is now wearing her prince uniform, punches the ground and tries to raise herself up in the coolest scene ever. She does this and starts to make her way over to the door. Akio's quest to open the door to eternity by stabbing it with a sword ends with him breaking it. He's like, well, that didn't work. Oh well, I still have Anthy and I could just try again. He turns to leave and sees like a hobbling Utena like come over towards him towards the door. He goes to catch her, telling her that there's nothing that she can do, but she swats him away, and he's like, whatever, do what you want. We cut to outside where Wakaba decides to visit the Hattori Tower. Back in the tower, Utena has made it to the door, and she tries to force it open, while Anthy continues to get stabbed with infinite swords. Akio lounges back in the dueling arena with Dios while drinking a fruity drink. He comments that he used to be like Utena, thinking that the best way to change the world was through the power of persistence. But he learned that persistence alone isn't enough and you need power. He says he's taken enough risks to gain the power to change the world. That's how it works. And Utena tells him to shut up as Dios leaves. Utena tells Anthy that the only time she was happy was when they were together. A single tear falls from Utena and hits the ground and gets reflected, and we see that it has the same effect as when she enters the dueling arena and the tear it gets pushed back into her ring and the door opens. Akio, who's been drinking his drink, notices that all of the swords have stopped. Dios, meanwhile, remounts the white horse on the carousel, and we see that the door that Utena has been opening has been replaced with a coffin that Utena is now currently trying to force open. Akio freaks out and tells Utena not to open the coffin. She doesn't listen and starts to force it open. The swords collapse and Anthy disappears. The swords start to spin around rapidly as Akio starts to freak out again. We cut to inside the coffin, where a nude Anthy sees a sliver of light. We hear her and Utena's voices as children, as Utena says that she came to meet her and not to be afraid of the world where they meet each other. The light grows and we see present-day Utena on the other side. Utena tells her that at last they meet, and Anthy calls out to her. Meanwhile, the dueling arena begins to collapse. Utena reaches out a hand into the coffin to Anthy, but Anthy tells her to leave. Utena tells her to reach out, and Anthy hesitates for a moment before she finally, on the last episode of Revolutionary Girl Utena, reaches out to Utena for help, and they make contact. But the entire world is breaking down, and it's not long before the platform holding the coffin falls and Anthy drops with it. Utena says that in the end, she couldn't be a prince and apologizes to Anthy for pretending. The swords form a giant spear and head directly for Utena, and we cut to Wakaba trying the bell outside, but nobody answers. We cut back to the dueling arena, being completely destroyed by swords. Some time passes, and the Kashira Shadow Troop talk over a montage of normal school life about what their future plans are going to be, and they have plans like, being an actress and marrying a rich guy. Then they start talking about Utena, who has gone missing, and nobody knows why. Some say she was hospitalized. Some say that she was betrayed by a friend, while others say that she got in trouble with the chairman. We get a scene where Mitsuru and Miki are hanging out, and then we see Saionji and Toga together with Nanami, and Juri's still fencing, and Shiori's decided to join the fencing team, so alright.
Friggin' nightmare will never leave her.
Yep. Keiko and the boys reject those weird guys, and Wakaba has a new friend, and life seems pretty normal. We cut to Akio's office, and he talks about how barely any time has passed, but everybody has forgotten about Utena. In the end, she didn't revolutionize the world. She's just another dropout. Oh, well, time to start over, he says. I'm rewriting the Rose Seal code right now. And he's like, I'm going to be counting on you, Anthy. Anthy, however, takes off her glasses and sets them aside on his desk. And she's like, oh, you don't understand what happened at all, do you? And Akio's like, what? And Anthy continues saying that it doesn't matter. And she's like, oh, by all means, stay in your cozy little coffin and play Prince. I have places to be. And Akio's like, what are you saying? You have, what places do you have to be? Anthy tells Akio that Utena did not disappear. She's just no longer part of his world. She says goodbye while Akio calls out to her. Bells ring, and we see Anthy in a new outfit at the gates of Otori Academy. Choo-Choo jumps on her shoulder, and Anthy says that she'll find Utena when she is wherever she is out in the world. And she picks up her suitcase and sets over the oh god, I can't talk. Anthy picks up her suitcase. Anthy picks up her suitcase and steps over the threshold as we cut to credits. We get a post-credit scene of a framed picture of Utena and Anthy with Akio mostly cropped out. We get voiceover of Utena saying that she wants them to be close friends and someday together ... as the camera zooms in on them holding hands. The end.
Okay, I actually, thank God I actually watched, I saw the post-credit scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so much talking.
Anthy looks so cute in her little outfit at the end.
Yep.
Like, oh, she looks just precious.
I knew you'd like that.
Oh, okay. God, long ass.
All right.
Okay, so Anthy stabs Utena.
Yes.
And she does that because
she's still in the Rose Bride mode. She hasn't committed to actually opening up to Utena.
Okay. And then Utena proves herself by fighting through for Anthy's sake.
So
and then it's like the real Anthy is in the coffin.
Yeah, so my interpretation of this is that, like, Utena has lost the duel, right? Because she got stabbed in the back, and, like, the image of Dios comes and, like, is like, oh, it's too bad you couldn't have the power to do this, but you could never do it because you were a girl. It's all, it's a man's world, whatever. And then he's like, I'm gonna kiss your ring, which is like getting closure on the whole Prince thing, because that's all I can do. And then she goes back to where she was before, not like existing outside. Like, she's not trying to win the duel anymore. She's not trying to be the prince at this point. Like, her goal has shifted from winning the duel to I'm trying to save Anthy now. And the way she's able to do that is by basically ignoring the, like, fable aspect of it.
Yeah. Okay.
And she goes and tries to connect to Anthy, like, person to person, instead of pretending to be a prince about it. Like, she's not trying to save Anthy through princely means. She's trying to just, like, connect to her as a person.
Okay. And then Dios is there somehow.
The image of Dios, the, like, fake Dios.
Is that just Akio being like, let me just hang out with little child me and have a drink?
Yeah.
It's like, or what?
It's Utena's image. It's like the thing she desires, right? Like, the projection can make people's desires. It's like her vision of what Dios is.
Yeah.
And Akio's hanging out with him, but then he leaves. As the situation starts to change, Dios leaves and gets back on the carousel, which is where he spawned from. And that's the end of the story for him. Because, like, essentially what happens is this ends with Utena reaching out to Anthy as, like, person to person, actual emotional connection to somebody else. And then she exits the story.
Yeah. Well, she exits the weird Akio setup here.
Right.
Oh, and now I'll never know because the movie isn't a direct continuation.
You'll never know what.
I just want well, I guess it's implied that they'll. So the ending, the post-credit, I didn't interpret fully as you have here, but does it seem like there is girls' love in the end?
Yeah, that's what's implied.
We just don't get to see it. Okay. All right. Well, maybe we'll get a pinch of that in the movie, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
How do you feel about this ending? There's a lot of stuff to talk about.
I felt decent about it. I liked having it switched to Anthy. But yeah, go ahead.
Well, I mean, the whole construct is kind of interesting, right? Because it's like the revolution that happens is like Utena is able to convince Anthy to open herself to her and then convinces her to leave, right? Like that's what happens.
Yeah. Well, I guess Anthy reached out, so
yeah,
it wasn't like Anthy being
right. Anthy chose to accept and to also reach out.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's the revolution.
Okay.
Reminds me, you ever heard the song, I guess it's a song, The Revolution Will Not Be Televised?
No.
Let me pull up some stuff.
Or at least I don't know it by name.
Yeah, it's kind of a phrase. This is like a it's more of like a poet, like a piece of poetry. This is a funk and spoken word protest song by American poet and musician Gil Scott Heron. So basically, if you listen to this, it's basically like, you know, the revolution's not going to be televised. It's not going to show up on the halftime screen. It's not going to show up in commercials. It's not going to do any of this other stuff, right? And like he goes through this whole thing. Later, I remember seeing a like video on like Instagram or something, and I think there was interviewing with this guy where he's talking about like part of the reason what they're getting across in that performance is that like the revolution is not going to be televised because it starts in your head when you think about yourself and the world and your relationship to it. And that's pretty much what's happening here, right? I mean, this is all about how Anthy has like changed the way she thinks about herself and her relationship to the world, right? Like she is thinking of herself as the Rose Bride and should be eternally punished for some stuff that is like related to her giving cover to the prince, et cetera, et cetera. But it turns out that stuff just isn't true. And so at the end of it, I mean, it ends with her literally exiting the narrative of that construction.
Yeah. Joe,
and that's
good. Show has been a real brain teaser.
Yeah, I like the show a lot. I like the whole idea of like the big reveal that there's nothing higher than the chairman's room. It's like people really give themselves and think that like, you know, the patriarchy and stuff like that is really important because it's this big cosmic thing. But at the end of the day, it just exists so that people in power can remain in power, and it has no other like Utena asks Akio like twice why he's doing this, and he can't produce. The only answer he can produce is "You will never understand my ideals," right? And it's like that's just conservatism to me. That's just like what.
That's good stuff, Joe.
What people in the patriarchy think, right? It's just like they don't have an explanation.
How many pages?
It's not. There is no door to revolution because it doesn't exist. It doesn't mean anything. It's just a thing Akio keeps theoretically working towards, but it doesn't lead to anything. It's just a door. We
have 11 pages of notes from Joe today.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's so many. Yeah, it's when you put it that way, very interesting. If only I was capable of coming to these conclusions on my own.
Watching this in 2026 has like been a crazy experience. Listeners, we're in the US. If you're not in the US, things are bad. In terms of the people in power are just doing whatever they want, with basically no oversight. It's just all corruption all the way down. And like their explanation for things are just because we should be allowed to do it. Like there's no ends to their means here. They're just doing stuff because they want to. It's not leading to anything, right? It's just like, well, we think the world should be configured this way, but there's no explanation for it. They just think that it should be allowed to do that. And even the part where like Utena's like, I hate this room because this is where you were like having dubious consensual sex with Anthy is like, yeah, a huge number of people in power, as we have learned through like the Epstein files, are like pedophiles and all sorts of stuff. And they all just kind of pretend like it's not a big deal. They're like, oh, that's not a big deal. Extremely just this.
Nothing changes.
So,
okay.
Yeah. Crazy watching this. It's
Joe,
like,
when are you going to write a book? Are you going to write like a paper on?
Do you know how much work it was to just make this 11-page document? You want me to make like, you want me to do that like 40 times? Like that would be crazy.
Oh man, or you gotta make some kind of like Utena.
There's just no way to not see this stuff. It was making me crazy of like, oh, this is like the most prescient thing ever.
Hi, look, it is possible if you don't pay attention to things in reality or even within the fictional things you consume, and you just look at everything face value, then yeah, you have to have Joe tell you.
Yeah.
Thank goodness we have Joe here.
You end up like the student council that just remains at the academy at the end and has not freed themselves.
I'm stuck with those fools. Yeah, now you know freaking Wakaba how dangerous it is to jump onto somebody and they almost die falling out the window.
That's right.
Okay, what's the deal with her going to the tower? Like, what was that?
I don't know. I think it's just like a cutaway. I don't know.
And then the freaking jury story is like basically exactly what happens where everyone forgets about Utena. Trying to help.
Yep.
Freaking okay, look, we finished the show. No punishment for Nanami for freaking drowning a kitten. Like
that's because Nanami is yeah. She's trying to help Utena out.
No,
she did that as a child, you know.
Not good enough.
I feel like if I'm going to rank any of the student council members by people I think could potentially make it, like could they free themselves from the academy and become a normal human being that exists in the world, my ranking has shifted significantly of like, I think Nanami could free herself. She almost does. She almost gets away. Yeah. If she can just remember Utena, she can get away. I think oddly Saionji was like really thinking there at the end of like, oh, we're all in our coffins. He almost gets it. And we can see in the like the Black Rose saga where like he's kind of normal when he's with Wakaba. So he could be a normal boy. But he just sucks so bad. He's just so in the Manaverse he can't escape. But maybe he could.
Yeah.
Jury, I don't know. I don't even she's just stuck. She's just stuck in place forever.
Yeah, no.
I don't think Mickey even understands he has a problem.
No.
And Toga has just like the most cursed existence of anybody.
God. Okay, I gotta pull up. We're gonna be doing rankings here shortly.
Yeah, let me go over some of the commentary stuff that they talk about in the episodes because I think it's kind of funny.
Yeah.
In the second episode, the interviewer asks what the symbolism behind certain things was, which was very funny because, you know, they do the thing that I feel like most creators do when you ask them the symbols where they're just like kind of pretend like they don't really know, which I feel like is always the thing to do. But he asked what the symbolism behind Choo-Choo was. And Saito was like, oh, is there symbolism? And Ikuhara was like, we just needed a mascot, which I think is mostly true. He asked what the symbolism of the spiral staircase was, and that the answer is that it looked cool. And they changed to an elevator in the last arc because they needed to change it, and elevators look cool. So yeah, sometimes it's because it's look cool, you know?
Yeah, don't think too much.
They asked about roses. Ikuhara doesn't really have an answer, and Saito was like, is this not just like a Rose of Versailles thing? And Ikuhara's like, no, but neither of them remember why they did it. The interviewer asks why the Prince uniforms are designed like that. And Ikuhara is like, oh, Saito was in charge of that. And Saito was like, I was not. You kept making me change it.
Let's see.
They asked for some of the meaning behind the duels, and Saito was a big fan of the Three Musketeers and likes the fights. And originally, this is like a wild anecdote, but they were like, oh yeah, at the beginning, we thought about using guns as the duels instead of swords. But at the time, there was a lot of like reports on Japanese TV about gun violence in the US, so they decided not to do that. But apparently, it was really hard to make the swords fight like interesting. And it was way easier to make gunfights interesting, which I've never thought about, but I guess that's what they said.
Okay. Interesting.
They talk a lot about, like, is the Rose of Versailles, like, inspiration? And Ikuhara is adamant that it's not, because he was really worried that if the show was too similar to Princess Knight or Rose of Versailles, that it would be viewed as a parody. And part of the reason there's so much like expressionism coming in the show is because he's trying to not make it a parody, which is very funny to make it like a weird avant-garde thing to like clarify that your show is not a parody.
Well, it's so interesting to have like, it's like the identity of the show is so up in the air until like the people involved are working on it versus like, I feel like a lot of things it's like, oh, we're adapting. So it's staying true to this to an extent, but this is like so malleable, I guess, to whoever's working on it. It's interesting.
Yeah, well, it's interesting because like they talk about how like the visuals seem kind of parody, and it's like there's kind of just no way to not do that, to not like evoke the visuals of other shows. So that's why like the plot and what's happening was so different. Originally, they considered doing like a sci-fi or fantasy setting, but like couldn't make that work, which I thought was very interesting. Ikuhara wanted to have like Utena to have a lot of shoujo themes, which was interesting. And like that's why it touches on so many things. And he describes the core theme of shoujo to be like self-revelation, but like everyone describes it as love. But he's like, doesn't really mean anything, which I mostly agree with. Apparently, some fans at the time didn't like Utena interrogating the like shoujo tropes because part of like in the end, Utena is kind of like, you know, you can engage with like fantasy and like ideas of princesses and like romanticism, but eventually you're going to have to get away from that and like be your own person. Which I guess is not the message that shoujo fans want to hear, being the people that are enjoying the romanticism of it. So I guess they were kind of annoyed by that, which is very funny to me.
Yes.
Yeah.
God.
And then in the last episode, commentary. What?
You're not going to like some of it, right?
Okay, that's fine. The interviewer asked about the last episode, and Ikuhara is like, oh, you know how anime openings have that like standard pattern where they like often foreshadow what's going to happen in the show? And he's like, Utena also has that where they're like riding horses at the end and the castle collapses and stuff like that. Apparently that was originally going to happen, but he's like, I didn't want to do that after a certain point. And he's like, originally I had it where like Anthy, like when the castle disappears, Anthy would disappear, but then he changed it to Utena disappearing because it was more surprising to the audience.
It's like everything is just like, just cause, like, or let's just get crazy.
Yeah. Apparently the last episode was aired on Christmas. That was interesting. Oh, Ikuhara has a very funny anecdote about how he didn't like the ending because it's supposed to end on the picture of like them holding hands and then cut to a commercial to like make it obvious that the show was over. But the commercial that aired after the episode was a commercial for the Utena video game. So he's like,
video game.
Yeah, they made a video game. So he's like, dang it. They may think the episode's still happening. They also announced the movie after the last episode aired in a magazine, but none of them have any ideas what the movie was going to be about. There's a big section in the commentary.
My God.
There's a big section of the commentary where Ikuhara talks about guys naming their cars, and the interview says that he named his car Sven because it was a Volkswagen, and Ikuhara was shocked that a guy gave his car a guy's name.
Cars can be guys if they want.
It's just very funny. He's like, you're driving around in a guy car? You're inside a guy car?
So what did it seem tense between?
No, it was very jokey. Like
shits and giggles.
It was everyone was having a good time, it seems like.
Okay.
There was another funny anecdote where I guess at the time Ikuhara said he didn't have a TV, so Saito gave him one of her televisions. She's like, I have a TV. She gave it to him, and he's like, don't say that story. It makes me sound like I had no money.
I'm sure this is a very fun commentary.
It's pretty good. Saito does ask about Mickey's stopwatch, and Ikuhara says he's counting the seconds of the previous person's lines. So we get an answer for something in the end.
Okay.
Woo!
Thank God. Okay.
That was close to what I thought. I thought he was like timing the scene transition or something. Yeah. So that's pretty good. Oh, there's another funny one. Okay. When Akio's drinking the juice. And Saito's like, there he is drinking his juice.
Yeah.
And Ikuhara is like, drinking juice is a metaphor for him taking Utena and Anthy's life force. And Saito's like, what? And he's like, is it not obvious? She's like, no.
Just making shit up over there. He's just
so funny.
Making it up straight up in this meeting.
You should try to find this commentary, listener, if you can. It's pretty funny.
Oh my goodness.
Ikuhara gets really fixated on the volleyball coach at one point in the background, trying to remember why he's relevant. It's crazy. I've learned that there's also a commentary track on the movie, I think, so I will be watching the movie 3 times.
Oh, dear. You really got good thing you like making work for yourself, Joe.
Oh, listen, I would not do this for a show I did not like. I guess I did watch the Rose of Versailles movie 3 times because I watched it in English and in Japanese.
I am like haunted by having to choose a couple for.
What do we want to put for I didn't know what to put for the couple one.
Don't want to put anything. I don't know. Anthy and Utena?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. Why does yours? Okay, I feel like we're using like it's not Google Sheets. Like
we're using Excel.
So I know, but I feel like it's not dragging the way it like if I copy and then whatever. Okay. And then once I say that and try and demonstrate it, then it works the way it's supposed to. And then you're gonna be like, what are you talking about, Sarah? I guess there's implied girls love, even if the freaking author is like shy. So now, now I'm like, it'll be interesting to cover the manga at some point too and compare, because that's the one where she has maybe more sway to what happens.
We can't rank Utena's mom.
Nope.
Does anybody have a mom? Hold on.
Mickey's fake mom, Anthy.
Yeah, we're gonna have to skip that one. All right. Well, listener, we are now going to move on to our ranking section of the podcast. When we end a show, we rank different aspects of it. We have currently watched 8 shows, and we will be going over the rankings from, I guess, bottom to top.
Yeah.
When Sarah's done, she's got one more. It's okay. We have this. Because we love ranking. Yeah, I like the show quite a bit. Rewatching it is very good. There's a lot of utility in rewatching it, so I can see why people like it.
I can't freaking. Okay.
All right. Here we go. Our first category is overall show. How do we want to do this?
Oh my god! Okay, I'm scandalized by your.
You're scandalized? Sorry, really? You're scandalized.
I'm not scandalized. I'm like.
This should be no surprise. You picked the show for us to cover. Honestly,
I can't. Okay, sorry. I am giving it away before we get to it. Bottom
number 8. You want us just to go on our I'll do my whole list. You do your whole list.
No.
Okay. All right. Number 8.
Joe thinks our worst show is Joe's least favorite show we've covered is
Chihaya Furu at number 8. Oh my god, it was so long. You're number 8.
It was long. Mine's My Happy Marriage.
All right.
If you've listened to our coverage, it's not as
she has a bad time.
Did not like it.
My number 7 is My Happy Marriage. I had a slightly better time.
Okay. I put Revolutionary Girl Utena for my second.
Pretty low.
Second. It is. I like that you like it, and I liked that I got to watch something new. But this is not a show I would have been able to watch on my own. Like, I don't think it would have captured my attention if I had to think too much. So much thinking involved.
There's a lot of thinking.
Freaking a lot of troubling things happening.
There's a lot of troubling things happening.
All that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, Joe.
That's okay. You don't have to apologize to me. Number 6. Kimi ni Todoke. It was fine.
And I put Angelic Layer. Cool fight scenes. That was the highlight.
Number 5. A Sign of Affection. Our best couple. Oh, I kind of gave away my couple ranking.
Most romantic. Oh, okay. Number 5 for me is Skip Beat.
Yep. My number 4 is Skip Beat. Not a complete show.
Nope. And mine is A Sign of Affection.
My number 3 is Angelic Layer. Symbolism's fun.
And mine's Chihaya Furu. That's the one I made us watch. So it's like, yeah, we definitely got some disparities here, but that's okay. We're individuals.
Good, yeah, we don't need to be the same. My number 2 is The Rose of Versailles. Right. That show was really good. I bought the Blu-ray when they got pre-announced.
I can't believe it's been overtaken. It was our universal top show, and now Utena's ruined that. Okay.
Wow.
Mine's Kimi ni Todoke for number 2.
My number 1 is Revolutionary Girl Utena. I like shows where you have to think a lot.
And I don't. Rose of Versailles is my number 1.
Whoa, I like it when girls sword fight. I like it. My top 3 are all girls fighting. It's Utena, Versailles,
You're such a dude.
And Angelic Layer. And then Skip Beat. And she's kind of fighting in Skip Beat.
Typical Joe. Yes.
She's a fighter in that.
With her grudge monsters, yes.
It's great. I like it when you assert yourself.
Mm-hmm.
All right, protagonists.
I like love. Which there was not a lot of that going on in this
yes,
one.
I agree that love as a theme is really just another way of saying self-expression. Anyway, protagonists at the bottom. Chihaya. Come on.
What do you mean? Come on. Marie Antoinette. The worst. Insufferable lady.
Number 8, Misaki. Neutral pick.
For both of us.
Baseline. Number 7, Marie Antoinette. She's so goofy.
That's where I've got Chihaya.
Number 6, Sawako.
I can't believe Sawako is so low for you.
I like
mine's
her.
Mio. You called Sawako the like saddest, wettest cat in like our maybe second.
That's so true.
And like, you know who's more sad than her? Freaking Mio.
Yeah, but
Mio's way sadder.
She does. Spoiler for My Happy
justifiably?
Marriage. She does blow up the Emperor of Japan. And that's why she's number 5 on my list.
Okay. Okay. And for me, it's Yuki from A Sign of Affection.
Yep, that's my number 4. It's Yuki.
Nice girl.
Yep, she's cool.
I've got Utena. I like the bravado. Wish we were a bit more perceptive.
Yep.
But we love a dumb jock.
My number 3 is Oscar.
The first one.
Cool.
And so is mine.
My number 2 is Utena. She does it in the end. She pulls it out. She has some problems and she recognizes all of them and then she applies some changes and she does the thing. She's a good supportive friend.
So Sawako.
That's
true.
Sawako is also that.
Okay, at least this remains intact.
And number 1 is Kyoko.
Kyoko, reigning champion and always will be most
That's
likely.
Right.
She freaking rules.
All right, couples rating.
Okay.
We added Utena and Anthy for our couples because there aren't really any other couples. At the bottom,
all right,
number 11. We both have Furston and Marie, cursed from Rose of Versailles. Number 10, I have Chihaya and Arata. How is this not your number 10?
Because Arata's cute. I don't know. But flip. I like Ayane by freaking hate
that's
Kent.
a bad one. That's a bad one.
It's like a negative reflection of Ayane to pick.
I guess we should have these are kind of spoilers for stuff going on here, by the way.
Yep.
Sorry about that for these shows. So don't listen to any of the rest of this if you don't want to get spoiled for stuff. My number 9 is Ayane and Kent. Bad.
And mine's Bernard and Rosalie.
Yeah. That's my number 8. That's like the neutral pick for me.
I've got Chihaya and Arata. At least they had some, there's still not even a couple, but at least there's some hints of romance there.
Number 7, we both have Kyoya and Ren, which is the friend couple in A Sign of Affection.
Yeah.
That's cute. Number 6, we both have Utena and Anthy. Okay. Yeah. Agreement.
No on-screen.
Nope.
Super obvious, but
they're good. They talk. They hang out.
Yeah.
Number 5, Mio and Kyoka. We both have that.
For both of us. Yeah.
Number 4, Kazehaya and Sawako. They're a cute couple. I think they're cute.
They are. Oscar and Andre for me.
Number 3 for me is Oscar and Andre.
And Kazehaya and Sawako for me.
Number 2, Chizu and Ryu from Kimi
ni Todoke for both of us.
Yep. And then number 1 for both of us is Itsuomi and Yuki. What if we had an actual romance story?
Yeah.
Where they got to be a couple.
Actually a couple. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yes. Yep. Yes. Okay, look, we're still lining up on a few things. I guess we're pretty across the board agreed on a lot of these.
This next one's the most different. The side characters one, because we don't even pick the same side characters.
That's true. Yeah.
Number 8 for both of us is Godo from My Happy Marriage, a show without any side characters.
Freaking
number 7.
For number 7.
My number 7 is Moko.
What we're on now.
From Skip Beat.
And I picked Rosalie from Rose of Versailles. Didn't stab anyone. If she had me, she'd be high.
That's true. That's so true. Number 6 for me is Rin, the friend in A Sign of Affection. It's great.
For me, it's Choo Choo.
Yeah.
He doesn't get to do a lot, but when he does, it's great.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Number 5, I have Kurumi from Kimi ni Todoke.
Kimi ni Todoke. And I've got Moko from Skip Beat.
Number 4.
Much better in the manga.
I really struggled to who I was going to pick because I'm like, maybe I should pick Nanami. But I didn't. I picked Juri at number 4 because I like Juri still, even though I don't think she learns anything at the end. And I don't think she's going to escape from the academy.
Oh my God, you're disappointed in your girl, Juri.
Yeah, she is cool, though.
She is cool. I've got Rin, friend from Sign of Affection there. I don't know what. I feel like I need to bump her down next time. Rin, you're getting
another chance.
I don't know why you're so high. Yeah.
Number 3 is Taichi from Chihaya Furu, the person who the show is really about to me.
Yeah, our real protagonist. I've got Sai from Angelic Layer. She's freaking badass.
Yeah.
Ice Queen.
My number 2 is Hitoko from Angelic Layer. I love a kindergartner that is better than everybody else.
Mm-hmm. For me, it's Ayane from Kimi Chidoke.
And number 1, I have Jean from The Rose of Versailles. I love a villain.
You love bully girls.
You're so funny.
Like 3 of the characters in your side characters are bully ladies.
I almost picked Nanami too.
Oh yeah. Oh my god. For reals. Okay, and for me, I picked Taichi. I just absolutely adore him and feel so sad for him all the time.
Nice.
Our saddest boy.
That is true. He is the saddest boy. All right, opening songs. This is going to be our last one because we don't have any updates for moms because nobody has a mom in Utena. No. At the bottom, number 8, Skip Beat. I don't remember it.
You don't remember any of these, probably.
True, I really don't.
I've got Angelic Layer at the bottom for me.
Number 7, Kimi ni Todoke. Boring.
Mine's My Happy Marriage. I'm mostly going based off if I like the song and not the visuals.
I do both.
Not as important
because it's hard for me to remember just the song. Number 6 is My Happy Marriage. It's fine.
I've got A Sign of Affection.
My number 5 is A Sign of Affection.
And mine's Revolutionary Girl Utena. I do like the Utena spinning on the flowers.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Like a little vinyl record. There's like a also freaking shout out to Desi Apocalypse, whatever. That's a good song. That is a highlight of the show.
Yes, good sequence. I love repeated sequences.
Yes.
My number 4 is Angelic Layer. It's upbeat.
And mine's Skip Beat.
Number 3 is Chihaya Furu. It's pretty.
For both of us.
Number 2 is Revolutionary Girl Utena. I like the opening, even though we only get one opening, which I feel like is kind of weird, but whatever.
Mine's Kimi ni Todoke. Real soft and catchy.
And then both of us have The Rose of Versailles, which has a great opening. Rules.
So freaking good, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Wow.
Okay, I feel like covering Revolutionary Girl Utena. I think in my mind, when we first started doing the podcast and you said you liked it, it was like older than, it's newer than I thought because, you had us watch Rose of Versailles and that was from, 1979. So I thought Utena was going to be like way older, but it's like kind of the same time as the other series I've covered. Yeah. But so different, but it makes me want to watch one that I liked that came out at that time. And then we can compare Joe liked this that they were doing at the time. And this is what Sarah liked that they did at this time. But I guess our next series is going to be after we cover the movie for Utena. We'll cover something that's new and short before we jump into a longer series again.
What is it?
Which I guess I can reveal now. Hana Kimi. What does Kimi mean? We got Kimi ni Chidoke and Hana Kimi now. Basically, this is something I have always seen the manga around growing up. Never looked at it. But it this year had an anime come out for it. It's only 12 episodes. School life, which I guess technically Utena kind of vaguely
it's very much not about the school life in Utena, though.
Yeah. So hopefully this is something we haven't touched on in a bit. It's something neither of us has seen. It's new and current, and it's short. And then it's gonna be a big pick for me after that. So I'm excited. But yeah, it'll be nice to have a quick, short little. Well, I'm guessing. I think it's something about a girl going. I guess we could probably read.
You want me to read it?
Yeah. It's I should know more about the show that I'm making us watched.
Mizuki Aishiya is on a mission. Disguise herself as a boy and enroll in a male boarding school to meet her idol, high jump star Izumi Sano. But after successfully infiltrating the school, she discovers that he suddenly quit the sport. What? High jump. Wait, the sport high jump? I thought that was the name of a pop group. Oh my God.
No, high jump is for track.
That's her idol?
Okay, but look, gender bender. We haven't had one of those yet. That's a big trope in shoujo.
Okay, hold on, let me keep reading it. Now Mizuki must dodge suspicion, protect her cover, and somehow reach the boys she came all the way for, all while surviving the chaos of an all-boys dorm. That's it.
Yep. There we go. Look. So that'll be probably pretty straightforward. New
High jump.
So yeah. High jump. Who doesn't love that's the one that the guy in the Olympics got the meme of
No.
for. No,
That's pole vault.
Yeah?
Wasn't that pole vault?
Oh, fuck. You're right. Never mind.
High jump is the version of that without the pole, and you got to jump and your back goes over it.
Right. That's right. I feel like that's a big. I feel like that's popular in anime. Like I feel
high
like
jump,
like animating the. I feel like there's an anime called like Suzuka that's about track, and I feel like we like watching someone just like toss themselves over whatever.
I refuse to believe this.
Sweat like comes off them.
I refuse to believe that high jump is a popular sport to have in anime.
I feel like I've seen it in several animes.
I'm gonna be honest. High jump looks goofy.
Okay, maybe not as like a main staple, but like if there's a like track day or something, that's like the thing that like the person who's athletic and is good. Like, did Utena not?
She does do a high jump in the episode where they switch bodies. She does a high jump in Anthy's body.
Look. It's like, I feel like it's a thing to show off someone being cool and athletic. They do for like sports day episode. It is whatever. A
cool pose.
I feel like I see it a lot. Yeah. So there. I'm not making stuff up.
I can't wait for the show to convince me that high jump is cool.
Well, he quit, so maybe he's like, this is lame.
It sucks.
Anyway. I don't know.
Maybe that's what we learn. Oh my God. Okay. All right.
I look forward to that. But
next I have to watch a movie 3 times.
Do we have a solid place people can easily watch that from?
What? Hanakimi or
the Utena movie?
The Utena movie I think is also on YouTube.
Okay. All right. Well, everyone look forward to that. But in the meantime, if you're just twiddling your thumbs, don't know what to do with yourself, and want to help out your friends Sarah and Joe, you can
rate us 5 stars. You can rate us 5 stars on your podcast platform of choice. You can tell all of your friends about this show and how much you like it and how if they should watch these shows and listen along with us, because word of mouth is the best way of getting new listeners, because we don't pay for advertising and we're not doing that.
We're cheapskates over here. I'm not going to spend a dime on.
We ain't doing that. We're doing this for fun.
No.
And you should listen to us for fun. And tell your friends to also listen to it for fun. Yeah. We have a good time here.
Mm-hmm. We do. Even if we don't fully understand what's happening in the anime we're watching, we're here because we're friends watching.
Yeah. And we talk about it. And maybe when I talk about it, you can kind of understand what's going on. And maybe you want to rank it above second to last. Or maybe not. I don't know. It's fine. Maybe just let it marinate in your mind a little bit. Maybe that ranking will increase over time.
That's nice.
You know? Some ideas just have to cook.
Well, I'm very much like, I think hanging out with people recently, I'm like, I'd rather just show people the stuff that I know is good so that they're like, wow, Sarah has good taste, than like trust that they're going to have decent taste and watch what they suggest. So, but here on the podcast, Sarah is loosening her grip and being a good partner and letting Joe pick shows too.
Yeah.
Breaking the format of the podcast, or Sarah shows Joe, show Joe. That was it. Listen, that was the one you had that you had seen it.
After Chihaya Furu and Jurassic Park.
Sorry, that's
sequel
true.
Movies. I get some picks. I still have some bonus picks to pick up, but oh my God, covering Utena has taken all of my time.
Mm-hmm. See, now we're just gonna go to something probably
we have to read the manga
and surface level. That too. Well, yeah. All right. What did we learn?
If it sucks, hit the bricks. You could just walk out.
Freaking
don't like the.
I learned, if anyone's still listening to our 2-hour long episode, that they must really like us.
Wow. You did not like this show at all, huh?
I did. Wait, look, if I super hated it, I would have been freaking trashing like I was in My Happy Marriage. Okay, I'm not smart enough to learn anything from this show. Okay, we gotta wrap this up. My internet might be cutting out.
All right, well.
Hooray! What'd we learn? For real,
if your situation is bad, you can exit.
You at least
don't get caught up in perceptions. Don't get caught up in narratives about your life. Your life could be anything.
Yeah.
Have friends.
Right, on that note, catch you guys next week. for the Utena movie.
Yay. Bye.
Bye.